In Thrawn's Revenge, we have multiple playable warlords, each with their own set of rosters and heroes. But if you've ever wondered why you can't play as one of the minor warlords littered around the map with a similar set of heroes and only one or two planets, then today's your lucky day. This video has a lot of work in progress elements, mostly text and faction coloring, since it was important to put it out today specifically, but in Thrawn's Revenge 3.5, when a given map has any minor warlord groups present, you will be able to play as any of them that you want, which means somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 new playable factions. These primarily act as more challenging start options where you'll be able to play with these groups and their starting hero roster while participating in all of the usual Imperial progression mechanics like Legitimacy and Dark Empire. The goal when designing the major playable warlord rosters like Greater Maldruud and Warlord Zinj was to have them each play entirely differently, something we think we accomplished well, but we're not going to try to come up with 40 more unique rosters and playstyles. So these factions will all operate off of the base Imperial Arrow 1 unit roster, so they essentially function like choosing a smaller, more difficult regime within the regular Empire faction. Down the line, there's a possibility to swap out a couple of individual units per warlord group, particularly for groups like the Restored Empire, where we know they use certain specific hardware. But we've been asked for years whether you can play as them for some reason, so the answer will finally be yes, at least in maps where their planets are present. This won't change anything when you're playing any other faction though. These groups still aren't worth giving their own fully dedicated individual slots for a variety of reasons, so when playing as any other faction, these groups will all still be exactly how you know them from the past. All of these new groups were accomplished with just using one extra faction slot. Under the hood, the Minor Warlord faction is just one group set up in a clever way by Jorrit, switching planet ownership, some text, and some other elements to the appropriate set for the group you've chosen. So for anyone who may have been thinking they'd nearly beaten all of the dozens of possible starts with every faction in every historical and progressive map, sorry about that, there's more now.